Hello! We're making Joe's elephant. 4 stumpy legs. And what I'm going to call a body. I may have to use a little foil, but it's not going to be that big of a problem. So their little legs are like logs, so we're going to have these little log legs. I'll put some wire through them. Alrighty. I'll stop yelling, I'm sorry. We're going to make an elephant. There's a lot of shadows here. I'm going to turn on the big lights. The bright, bright lights. Ooh. Here's our 4 little stumpy legs. So, I've got my big piece of wire here. I'm going to cut off a big chunk of it, and then I'm going to cut it into pieces. This guy's going to be sitting on his behind. Okay, so I didn't measure them against each other, but I don't know how much it matters because I can always cut off something if it's too much. I will be covering these with other clay, so with the Super Sculpting beige. I did get it. Got it a little too clipped through. I hope you can still see what I'm doing. I'm kind of ignoring you because I'm paying attention to this, but I don't want to ignore you. I don't have an elephant story, darn it. Oh, yes I do. Yes, I do. I barely remember it, but I do remember very little about it. But I don't know if it was the carnival or if a circus came to town when I was a kid. And that was back when they still had elephants and they were giving kids rides on the elephants. So I think it must have been a carnival kind of a thing. And this is not cooperating. There. Anyhow. I remember them having this saddle on the top of this elephant, and as kids sat on that saddle, it was high. I mean, it was really high up there on that elephant. Now, I dream things very vividly sometimes, so I'm hoping that was real and not a dream, and I'm going to need to clip that. But I just remember being up there and a little intimidated, but having a hilarious time. But I don't know, I mean, I was a kid back in the 50s and 60s. So how much of that I can remember or have reimagined, I don't know. I really just don't know. with that little finger thing on the tip of their nose. I'm going to be covering it with that other kind. I think I'll do that with that. Okay. And that's what I'll put his eyes and stuff into. Oh boy. I'll either do voiceover, or I will put, I don't know what I'm going to use yet on that. Probably some more of this. I'll quit that. And then I'll do his ears after. Golly, I just had this in a baggie all this time. I figured it was completely dried out. It just smooths, it just softens right up. I got some more of that old stuff I could use up on something. Can you see what I'm doing? It looks kind of like, but of course it doesn't have certain parts yet, like ears. Okay, well, I just got this part out of the oven, but I gotta bake this part yet, and then we'll figure out a way to put all that together, because I still need to wrap all this and create a tail. It ain't gonna be done tonight. So I'm gonna get this in the oven, and we'll see you tomorrow. I love all of you. Now, sometimes these things take, they can take up to 2 or 3 days. So, we'll see how far I get tomorrow. And then, there'll be a time when we bake it and paint it. And it'll be a little elephant. So, love you all. Take care of yourselves. Smile and wave. I wouldn't go out tonight if you're in Nebraska because the temperatures have dropped drastically tonight. So, take care. If you're in the south and you're warm, send some back up this way. And good night.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.